I'm playing golf. Rory McIlroy PGA Tour.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We're here in the state of Nevada getting set for what should be a wonderful day of golf. Wolf Creek Golf Club is the site for the action. And Frank, this really is the definition of desert golf. It is spectacular.
The green oasis, Rich, amongst this canyon area is just something to be seen, really. It's hard to imagine you can actually build a golf course like this. Elevated tees, huge changes in elevation.
Nice
and you're
swing
sort of
there.
weaving your way around this magnificent sort of topography. And to be honest, I've never really seen a golf course like this. It's just an oasis. Amazing.
Now the second shot to the par 5.
Get on the green. Let's get on the green.
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Just a couple of feet.
For eagle. Got an eagle.
Two early in the round. Here at the par 4, 445-yard second hole. Severe dogleg to the left. What's the best play here, Frank?
That tee shot, Rich, is so intimidating. So you don't necessarily have to hit driver. Club decision is probably going to be important here, because if you hit driver, you've got to take it down over that left side all over the canyon area. So if you hit 3-wood, you can play a slightly more conservative tee shot, but it is going to leave you a longer second shot to a green that's well protected on the right side by bunkers. But really, you know, if the wind's not blowing, this is a really good fun hole to play.
Nice swing there. Let's get the green there.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality
missed the
either.
birdie shot.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Nice par to remain at 2 under. All right, Frank, describe the third hole.
Well, it's a par 3 with a bit of a tabletop green, Rich. Some bunkers right and left of that, but also it's going to play a little bit further. This tee shot is uphill, unlike the opening 2 holes. So a 3 here, and that certainly won't hurt the scorecard.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, how good was that just to get it on the green?
Well, from that shot there, you would have thought for sure that there was no chance he had of finding the green. That was some shot.
He'll be a bit disappointed he didn't make that. Now at 1 under for the round. .383-yard fourth hole. Certainly not long, Frank, but there's plenty of trouble out there.
Yeah, this is very much a positional hole. This is not sort of tee it up with a driver and just rip it down. And just find the fairway. You're going to have virtually just a short wedge.
Swing there. Nice swing there.
At the most into this green. And really, this is a good chance for a birdie. So 2 good shots, and you shouldn't be too far away.
Let's see what Mcilrory does now with his second. Good swing, good shot yet again.
That's on the green.
That would be a great look at birdie. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Wow,
that's
that
the birdie.
Was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. We're in the desert, partner. I need water.
You're going to get it here, Rich. Par 5 second hole's got a nice stream that runs down the left side, as well as cutting the fairway. There's a crop of some 3 bunkers down that right side. I want to avoid that, but you know, Rich, this hole isn't too long. Under 500 yards, not even going to play that long. So very reachable.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now He's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance.
In the hole. Oh, missed it.
Safe for
just
your board.
Barely got eagle, but missed the eagle.
Makes the putt. And moving
got
in
birdie.
the right direction. 2 under par. Frank, here at the 6th, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee?
Got to be careful here for the longer hitters, Rich. Driver actually might be too much. That stream that we just saw at the par 5 fifth hole, it also comes across here. So something that lands short of that, which is in the vicinity of 280, 290 yards. That's the key. From there, well, you're not going to have too much more in, sort of 140, 150 yards in. It is a dogleg right, but find that fairway there. Second shot paid just a fraction uphill. And this green, it's got more humps and hollows in it. It's to be expected, though. This course is absolutely crazy.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business.
That's a par.
Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
Guess now for bogey. 1 under on the deck. Frank, a very short par 4 here at the 7th, but not one you're going to try to hit off the tee.
No, unless you can fly the ball sort of 300 yards on the nose and stop it within sort of 5 or 6 yards, it's really too risky. This green is not very deep, just sort of 10 or 15 yards in depth. It's just a layup hole, but layup hole it simply doesn't mean grab a club and hit it down the fairway. The best way to play it is to try and hit the ball right on the number. And what I mean by number, I mean the full shot yardage for your second shot, even if that only is a sand iron.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
No, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. It's no snack, though.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now.
Got par there.
Let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there. Make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Get down.
Wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
I think
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always 2 components to the long lag putt. The speed, number 1, and then the read. You missed out on that second part.
Well, you don't always get the result you deserve.
These putts keep the round together.
Oh, come on.
Well, that's just a case of not focusing right there. What a lapse in concentration. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Putt drops, now at 1 over par. Stepping up to the shot here at the 9th, it's a par 4, 390 yards.
It is anything other than straight off the tee because of all these sort of undulations and curvature on the fairway. You'd think well bunkered, but the last bunker on the right side there, longer hitters, they can nearly fly that, just over 300 yards. Either that, shorter hitter, just play to that fat area of the green. That'll be sort of some, 270 yards. That will take all the water out of play into a green that slopes back at you. So very good chance, even with a wedge in hand, to get the ball close. A good way to finish the front 9.
Oh, it's rolling back.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now have to rely on the short game.
I had chicken
as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe now.
Missed it.
A lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron, others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's 2 schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club, but really the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
Now the start of the back 9 here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite,
Wolf Creek,
Nevada,
Mark.
or as I like to call it, Mind Blower Golf Club. Frank, everywhere you look, it's just a mind blower. I mean, this one is hard to believe.
This one's also a hard hole. 472 yards off the back tee. The fairway is a little wider than what it looks off the tee because that sort of desert ridge on the right side there, that blocks part of the fairway. So if you can imagine that fairway opens up a bit, then you'll be fine. A good tee shot down here, especially with that elevation there. That sort of shorten the hole up a little bit. 270 yards. gets you past all those bunkers on the left side. They'll take those out of play. And once again, a
you're
little bit
gonna have
uphill, and you see
Jarbola
the green
soon?
shapes a little bit to the right, so make sure you're aware
That
of where
sounds
that
good.
flag is.
Oh, I missed it.
Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
Oh, I missed
This
that
can be
too.
a cruel game at times.
Whoa, that was unexplainable. I thought that was easily going to be a par.
I have to focus, try to make bogey. We're here at the downhill par 3 11th hole. Frank, it's 215 yards from the back tee.
This hole certainly is not for the faint of heart. When you look at that tee shot, you think, oh my God, what do I do from here? But remind yourself, it's 215 yards and really only about 160, 170 yards to green grass again. But
What time
it's
you work
215 yards. That
I
should
think
be the club
at
that you're
4
trying
o'clock.
to pick. Green's big enough, just persuade yourself. Try not to
Oh,
look
look
at
at
the
this.
canyon in
Oh.
the desert. There is a green down there. The hole is playable.
Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot.
Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 8th hole seems to have taken him out of his game.
Frank, the par 5 12th is another case of a hole where you see that Wolf Creek Golf Club can actually be kind of scary, daunting. You look out
Can I
at
get a ride
the
after
desert
work?
mountains, and then you add in some water,
After
which we
3
have here on the
tomorrow?
left,
I don't know.
and you can go for some big numbers here if you're not careful.
Well, this is where the Wolf and the Creek can take a bite out of you. You hit it left off the tee, then you're certainly going to start to rack up a number. There's enough fairway down the right, but once again, if you hit a good drive and this hole is reachable for you, then you've got to worry about the water, which is to the right of this green. 5 wouldn't be the worst score you can make around here, that's for sure. I've seen 6s and 7s.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at Eagle coming up.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
Well played before.
13th hole, and Frank, Wolf Creek is really kind of a macho golf course because you can stand on a tee like this and say, you know what? I'm
Oh,
going to
you
take
need
this
a ride?
one over the mountains.
Well, I'll be working.
And then, if you do, then you flip the coin. Is it in play or is it out of play? This is one hole. You just you realize you're in the middle of the desert.
Oh,
that's
in
for
the
sure.
rough?
And one hole that you think, well, if I play this hole a couple of times, I might just get the hang of it.
And setting up here in the rough. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that. This will be a 14-foot putt here. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. Locked in on the read, and the speed just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good
I'll
putts.
text you tomorrow after about ride, okay?
So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
Well, it's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. Hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side. So you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. Hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. It plays under 450
Nice
yards.
swing
It's fun.
there.
Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine.
Let's see what Mcilrory does now with his second.
Nice shot there. Let's get closer to the green, but not
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was
It's
okay.
fairway.
It's a little surprising.
still. but
Maybe wrong club.
Close to
Settles
green.
in, looking to knock it in tight. So he
It's
didn't
on
hit the
green
green
now.
in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Oh, I missed it.
You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. He needs this for bogey. That's a bogey. Now to the par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, this is the shortest hole on the course.
And their version of a postage stamp type hole, minus the bunkers on the right side. Green elevated, falls off
Get
as
down,
you
get
can
down.
see down the left
Look
side.
at that shot.
Club selection is vital. But it is
Right in
such
the
a
green.
short hole. It's very, very tempting, especially when that flag's on the left side, to still go at it. But you miss this green on the left, and you are going to be considerably lower than the level of this green. A lip out's fine, as long as it doesn't happen to you.
So just a formality here. Been a rocky road to this
Got
point.
par.
4 over par on the round.
Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, another good scoring chance.
If you can avoid the confusion off the tee, it looks like the hole might be a dog leg, then is it a carry? It meanders from one way to the other, but really when you actually break the hole down, it's virtually straight ahead. Those two bunkers in the driving distance, they frame the hole nicely, so play it as a straightaway par 4. It should set up beautifully for just a little short iron and perhaps a birdie opportunity.
Get
Oh,
down,
nice
get down.
strike,
Look
Rich.
at this. Look at
Not
this.
quite directly
And
in
the
line with
green.
the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle.
For birdie. Get in the hole, get in the hole.
That was cool. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up.
Get over the
You don't
water,
wanna
get
ahead
over
of
the
yourself,
water. Let's
but
go over the water.
that is well on the cards.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And getting ready for the putt.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Just a couple of feet. Beginning the long climb back. Now to 3 over
Birdie.
par.
18th hole, and Frank, again, a good scoring opportunity. Short par 4.
Yeah, if you looked at the scorecard, you'd think you could drive the screen, but one quick look at the trouble in front and to the right of the screen, and you realize that's probably not the prudent play. Really, something 230, 240 yards off the tee in that vicinity is going to leave you just a flick wedge into this green. It is a rather narrow green, but from that distance, you expect to hit it
Oh,
past.
man, missed
And
that.
it makes the green in
Barely.
regulation.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive.
So for Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
Play another one. Rocky McIlroy still play Rory McIlroy. Actually, might do Wolf Creek again.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Frank, it's just amazing what can be done today. You can build golf courses on the moon. I mean, that's what this looks like here at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada.
I don't want to go.
And obviously, it's an experience, too, that has to be
I wanna
played
exit out
before
of
you
this
can
'cause I want-
thoroughly enjoy it. Because you just wouldn't think this is possible. If someone said you can come out to the middle of the desert and you're going to play a phenomenal golf course,
Actually, I played
you'd say it's not
golf-
possible. But
golf.
as these holes intertwine around in the canyon area,
I'm going to do different. I want to do different course because I did Wolf Creek last time. I do how this course. Kauai Howell. Because I did go Wolf Creek last time. I don't want to do Wolf Creek again.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour.
Located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Quail Hollow was originally designed by the architect George Cobb back in 1961. And Frank, it features one of the most imposing finishing stretches on tour. They call it the Green Mile.
Yeah, 16, 17, and 18. What a great test and a wonderful way to finish this golf course. It has a nice flow to it. Anytime you're in the Carolinas, all these mature trees that really define the fairways. Everything's in front of you. Some greens with
nice
certainly a
shot
lot
there.
of pace out there. You're tested. Every club in the bag. This is a great golf course.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
The green.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. This is a 16-footer. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in.
Par.
I don't know what happened to the
Not
other
par.
1%, but
Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Teeing it up here at the second hole, Frank, it's a short par 3.
yeah, it plays a little bit downhill, about half a club reach. There's a sort of shallow bunker in that back area, and also that green starts to reduce in size on the left side. Good par 3.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Oh, look at this. Oh, I missed it. That's
Well,
far
once
away,
you're on the
too.
green, I think you know this. The idea is to keep it on the green. This one's on the fringe.
Missed out. Missed that.
Getting set now over the putt. +1 in the early going. Moving on to the third hole now. It's a par 4, 452 yards.
Big sweeping dogleg left, and the fairway actually goes in the opposite direction of the dogleg. Must hit a good tee shot for two reasons. One, to find the fairway, and also the length of this hole, over 450 yards.
Well, those are good
Nice
numbers
shot.
right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So close, just a tap in from there. Did the job right there. Frank, this is a muscular par 4 here at just under 490 yards, the fourth at Quail Hollow. A difficult proposition.
It is, but fortunately that tee shot plays a little downhill. But one of the difficulties with the tee shot is the fairway kicks from right to left. So it needs a good one to keep it on the fairway, and another green that has 3 different levels.
That's in the
Nice
fairway.
fairway.
Second shot
That's
now
a
at the
fairway.
fourth. Bunkers
Nice
guarding the
fairway.
front corners
Nice
of this
shot.
green.
Nice. Another
Frank, I
shot.
think
This
that's
could be
going in the bunker.
bunker, though.
Looks like it.
Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par.
Bunker.
So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players
In the hole,
history of the
birdie!
sport, I think about Gary
For the
Player,
bunker.
Seve Ballesteros, who you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind
Nice
the ball,
shot
whether that was
there.
an inch or 2. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. That one is bunker bound, it looks like.
Bunker. Another bunker.
Well, at least he can draw on the experience from the previous hole. Again, in the bunker. Looking to splash this softly onto the green. Birdie try up next. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Got the birdie.
Rack up another one.
Now set to tee off at the 6th. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front
Well,
bunker, and
it's
if you
gonna
sort
be
of
bunker.
scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well.
Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or 2.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Missed that.
So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Well, it was bound to come to an end at some point. Drops just one shot after that terrific stretch of birdies.
Frank, there's a lot to chew on here as you get to the tee at the 532-yard par 5-7.
In today's game, 530 plus change, you'd think is
shot
incredibly
there.
short. And look at the trouble in front of you. Water all the way down the right side and around that right side of the green. Bunkers left. This is not for the faint of heart.
Frankie could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach too. And Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
On the green in regulation.
Even par currently.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's
For
fine to
birdie.
be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you
Got
hit
birdie.
it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Out of the short par 4-8 here at Quail Hollow, just 350 yards. Frank, players can lay it up and just hit a little baby wedge into the green, but why not go for it in one, try to make something happen?
I think both plans work well, Rich. This is one of those holes, the more you think about it, the more complicated it gets. If you're going to lay it up, lay it up. If you're going to go for it, just aim at that tree and hit it down there. Just take your medicine.
Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he
Going
knocks
for
it
birdie.
really close. Beautiful shot.
Missed the
Frankie
birdie.
took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles.
Going for
He
par
forgot
here.
one very
Got a
important
par.
ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. He'll need to be strong with this. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good
that's
shot.
nice shot
In a
there.
great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Missed it.
Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. So with that, the score is now at even par. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here we are on the back 9 now at Quail Hollow, and a good scoring opportunity to kick off the inward 9.
It is, Rich. It's sort of reminiscent of the 10th hole at Valhalla. Remember the challenge, or should I say the charge, that Rory Mcilroy started that in that very hole when he made eagle. It's the same opportunity here. Reachable par 5, just under 600 yards, that you really could get off to a great start.
Nice shot there. Nice shot. On the green.
Well, on the green, but far from the hole.
A little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Birdie.
This one just requires
For
a
birdie.
little bit of
Got the
focus.
birdie.
And how about that? That's a 4th birdie on the day.
Frank, on this backside at Quail Hollow, a player does have a good chance to get off to a good start with that par 5 10th and now relatively short par 4 11th, where a player with a good drive could stick a short iron in their hands.
Yeah, this is one you're going to have to make a decision. You can just play this as a straightforward dogleg left par 4 and hit a 3-wood or a long iron up there and 9-iron or something like that into the green.
Get down. Get
Or,
down.
if you want,
That
you
could be
can
the
try and
green.
blast a drive around the corner. I don't know if that's the more prudent play, but it's fun.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé.
Par 412 here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball off, and consequently, it's very easy to sneak it in the rough on the left or the right.
Shot.
And then that makes that second shot so much more difficult going up the hill. This is one hole that you have to pick a line on. You really have to know you line off the tee. There's a nice big tree down there in the distance. That's the one you want to work it off.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Oh, just a little left of the flag.
On the green.
That's fine.
Safely aboard. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. That's a par.
Got par.
And that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Here we are at the par 3, 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one, actually, where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
No, that's excellent. Seriously,
On
given the
green.
conditions, Rich. It's no snack, though.
Chance for par here. Missed it.
Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. This for him would be one drop shot. So with that, 1 over par. Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14th?
It is, and this is where one of those strong three-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards is the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard three-wood trying to run it down there is actually not a bad play.
Is it drivable?
It is drivable, but it's whether it's worth the risk.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Getting set now over the putt.
Come on. Oh.
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Par for McIlroy.
Got
Just
par.
waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Now as we arrive at the par 5 15th hole here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. Frank, I think a player has to be thinking about doing what Rory McIlroy did in 2010.
It's the last of the holes that you can really be aggressive on, Rich. So a good drive down here. I'm well aware of the fact that there's water on the left. This is a good chance to
Nice
make
swing
something
there.
happen before you play the green mile.
And that's what McIlroy did. Hit a tracer, then a 5-iron,
Oh, that could be
knocked it in
bunker,
for eagle,
maybe.
shot
Nope.
62, and won for the first time on the PGA Tour.
Fairway.
So, third shot now for Rory McIlroy.
On the green.
Birdie try up next.
For birdie.
Well,
Missed
Frank,
it.
it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
And that's in for a par. At last, we have arrived at the start of one of the most daunting finishing stretches in all of golf. They call it the Green Mile, 16, 17, and 18 here at Quail Hollow. The 16th is a par 4, 508 yards, Frank.
And this hole was
15th
made
hole.
even more difficult when they pushed that green further left to bring the water more in play with the second shot. I mean, it's a great par 4. It's strong in every single department.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
On the green.
Good clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. This is a 13-footer.
Missed the
Not
birdie.
this time.
Chance for par.
One
Got
over
par.
for the day. Frank, this is all you want in a par 3, especially late in the round. You have to carry the water. You have to deal with the pressure. At 221 yards, this requires a player's very best.
On the process of elimination, don't go long, don't go left, don't go short, and right is
Bunker.
marginal. It doesn't leave you with much.
Yet again, in the bunker off the tee.
Oh,
You
nice
like
shot.
that? He's holding.
Just a phenomenal play right there. Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply
From the
put,
bunker,
Frank,
in the hole.
needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you hit the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it would be.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes.
Missed it.
See if he does it here.
And he's made it onto the green now. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Missed that shot.
Whoa, that was unexplainable. I thought that was easily going to be a par.
Now I'll have to focus, try to make bogey. This would give him a bogey.
Missed that shot too. Finally goes in.
And it comes to 74 for the day. That'll wrap it up from here in the tower at Quail Hollow. I'm Rich Lerner. For Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports.
Well, folks, I'm going to end the live stream today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you want to. And I'm going to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.